Well, here's the reissue of the AMT Peterbilt 352 Pacemaker. Did a lot of modifications on this, as you can maybe not notice. One of the things that I think dresses these up, if you go on eBay and look up Oil Truckee, he sells a lot of parts for the Revell kits. These are rims and tires that I had bought, or one I should say, on auction for the Peterbilt 359 wheel sets. And they really dress up these trucks. You know, kind of updates them a little bit from the old 1000 by 20 tires and rims. This is all paint and, no decals other than license plates and Coca-Cola signs. But, this is no layer shield from one of the second generation 359 Peterbilts, along with the horns from that kit. Spotlight, metal antennas on there, CB antennas. I put metal mirror brackets on there because I get tired of breaking off the plastic ones. But, and I got this front axle to steer, as you can see. All the wheels are rolled nice and smooth. This truck rolls real good. Like I said, this is all paint. Did a little different than the Coca-Cola that they advertise on there. I didn't really care for that box art. Something just weird about it. But, the horns, the way the horns set on the roof, that's not correct. Peterbilt never made horns sit way back on the roof like that. They were up like this on the front. So we did that. Plus, notice a little metal radio antenna there. Got the dual spotlights. Custom interior. But the cool feature of this, now, first before I go any further, here is an example of the fuel tanks, okay? Those stainless straps, if you go to Hobby Lobby and go in their architectural department, they sell this tape, this chrome tape, architectural tape. And it comes in several sizes. In fact, you get online, you can order directly from the company. And they have, man, I'll tell you, they got some really nice stuff. And, of course, here are some things that I got from Oil Truckee once again. Just to dress this thing up on the rear. Give it a little flavor. But here's the thing. This is what I'm talking about when I say I fully plumb these once in a while. I got the airbags plumbed, the brakes plumbed. If I flip this truck carefully, oh, and by the way, that's a metal wire that I use, and I bent it to make a detailed fifth wheel kingpin release handle. There's some more diamond plate, extra parts and pieces. Go in the scrap box once in a while, you clean them out, you find some pretty good stuff to do something with. Now, I did do something here on this front axle when I got this to steer. Okay, I put a metal pins in here. Go to Walmart, you can get the stick pins. And I just, before I cut the steering knuckle away from the axle, is I'll drill them, get them nice and straight. And then I'll go in there with an X-Acto knife, number 11, and cut those after I pin it real carefully. And it'll give you a nice sturdy front axle. And this tie rod, that's all metal. Alright, and I use a lot of metal wire to detail filters and fuel lines and things like that. But I got the battery cables in the battery box, air tanks, like I said, it's all plumbed. Air brakes, airbags. But the cool thing is, I wanted to try something. I didn't know if it was going to work, and when I started the process, it was kind of sketchy. But we got it in there. These kits, they come with a little Detroit diesel, 290 horsepower, AV71 Detroit. Well, I'm tired of those things. So this is what I did. This is what I did. look at that big boy. That came also from Oil Truckee and Auction. It's the big twin turbo Cummins. Alright, and I got it crammed in there. And it's all custom made exhaust stacks and piping from straw, just regular straw, and exhaust parts cut up. And but yeah, notice the oil lines, the lubrication lines that go on the turbo, you know. Got all kinds of stuff going on here, which is pretty cool. Yeah, cool little lines, all kinds of stuff that I wanted to do. And let's see, come over here. I even plumbed a shifter. I don't know if I can get a good shot in here, but the air hose off the splitter comes all the way through, comes all the way down, all the way into the transmission. And there's the fuel line. It comes out of the tanks and the filters right in the fuel line, into the fuel box. And it turned out pretty good. I'm pretty pleased with it. It was a challenge to do these modifications on her, but there it is. You know, you get a big Cummins in one of these things. Only thing I don't really like, and I meant to get some fuel tanks for this, is these little peanut tanks they got on these Peterbilt, old school. I mean, you know, the tanks came out nice, but I would have rather had the updated, more modern, bigger fuel tanks. The 120, 130 gallon style. That would have been more appropriate and proportionate to this truck, other than those little tanks that they give you in the kit. There was a lot of other things I could have done with this, and it's like a hindsight thing. You know, once you get it done, there's some touch-ups, like, oops, right there, old decals. You know, you want decal bonder, there's no guarantee you'll save it. It's kind of a strange way to put the air cleaner, but fashioned up the air cleaner in there to get it to fit underneath this cab, and turned out pretty good. You know, turned out pretty good. Yeah, I like that steering axle though, because that when the model sits and has an axle turned over like that, it just adds so much detail to this. But you know, but and here's a little trick. There's a little trick for the visor, and plus it puts the rivet detail in there. You see that? I use the head of a stick pin, and you stick pin. I just drill through that in the cab. Number one, it helps you place the air or the visor straight, because they're a pain in the neck when you try to put them on there, all that glue and everything. But you know, it also gives us stability. You won't knock it off, you know, when you touch or handle a model. But yeah, there's